What kind of angels can kill 185,000 armies in one night? The air around Jerusalem was not merely cold, it was thick with terror. Outside the city walls, stretching across the valley and over the neighboring hills, lay the sprawling, arrogant camp of the Assyrian army. Their number, 185,000 strong, was a terrifying, organized sprawl of spears, chariots, and relentless military might. Their king, Sennacherib, and his general, the Rabshakeh, had spent days hurling insults not just at King Hezekiah, but at the very God of Israel. "Don't let your God deceive you," the Rabshakeh had sneered, his voice booming over the walls. "No God of any nation has been able to rescue them from the hands of the king of Assyria. Do you think your God can?" Inside Jerusalem, the proud city was brought low by despair. King Hezekiah, having exhausted all earthly options including stripping the gold from the temple doors, did the only thing left: he prayed. He spread the arrogant, threatening letters from Sennacherib before the Lord in the temple and cried out, not for his own sake, but for the honor of God's name. The answer came through the prophet Isaiah, who spoke with chilling certainty, "Sennacherib will not enter this city, shoot an arrow here, or even raise a siege ramp against it. For I will defend this city to save it, for my own sake and for my servant David's sake." The Assyrian camp that night was loud with the confidence of conquest. They were feasting, polishing armor, and anticipating the easy, inevitable fall of Jerusalem the next morning. They slept without fear, certain their numbers guaranteed victory. But as the deep midnight settled, something changed. There was no thunder, no war cry, no sound of marching feet. There was only silence, profound and absolute. Into the heart of that immense, sleeping camp, the angel of the Lord descended. It was not a being of flesh and blood, but a terrifying manifestation of pure, consuming divine authority. Its presence was the absence of sound, the sudden freezing of time, the weight of the universe brought to bear on one small, mortal place. It carried no sword of iron or bronze, but merely the intent of its creator. The angel moved with the speed of thought, silently executing the judgment. A flash of cold light, an invisible breath, a sudden, complete cessation of life. It did not wage a long battle, it simply removed the life force from every target in its path. One by one, through the tents and across the hillsides, the angel passed. The proudest captain, the newest recruit, the seasoned general, all were touched by the silent, relentless judgment. The camp's formidable, boastful force, which had been poised to crush Jerusalem, was now just an assembly of bodies. When the sun finally dared to rise over the valley, the few Assyrian servants and King Sennacherib himself awoke to an unimaginable horror. They looked out upon their mighty camp, but the sound of 185,000 men was missing. There was no smoke from the fires, no clang of metal, no human sound at all. What they saw was not a battlefield, but a cemetery. Every single man, 185,000 of them, lay still and dead in their tents and on their siege positions. There was no wound, no visible attacker, only the grim stillness of mass death. Sennacherib, utterly broken and terrified, immediately gathered the few living remnants of his force. His pride was shattered, his army annihilated, and his mocking words were swallowed by silence. He retreated in shame to Nineveh, confirming to all the world that the God of Israel was not like the gods of the nations. The answer to the question is simple: it was an angel of the Lord, a swift and terrible instrument of divine justice, whose power needs no army, no armor, and no noise to achieve the will of the King of Heaven.